matter what, we come together for the good of our constituents, and I'm proud and honored to lead the People's House of the New York State Legislature.
The health and protection of the human beings that live in our districts is our responsibility.
Frederick Douglass's words for us today, I quote, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress."
If you want equity to happen, then this is where it happens.
All of us have a responsibility to the greater good.
The House will come to order.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Assembly Update. Got to have a real exciting show planned for you today. We're going to be talking about the Schenectady County Food Council. Just had a press conference not too long ago announcing this initiative. And after months of planning and research and coordination, we were able to make this announcement on the steps of City Hall. We're going to be sharing some of that video with you. But to talk about this innovative and collaborative endeavor, it's aimed at tackling an issue that affects our community in so many ways, food security. Joining me today, I have two guests, Aideen Viscusi, President of Casa Visco and Board of Directors of Electric City Food Co-op. Welcome to the show. And Deanna Jacobs, who is with the Cornell Cooperative Extension graduate fellow there.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. And we had our press conference in Schenectady. We announced this exciting new initiative, a much needed initiative. And we talked about food security and how we're going to tackle that in a new way with the Food Council. This is going to involve the community. So let's just start off with the purpose and why this came together.
Yeah, so it came out of COVID, really. Why don't you explain how the foundation, were you part of that then?
So at that time, no, I was not, but I can talk on it if you'd like me to.
Yes, please.
So during COVID-19, food insecurity was exacerbated within Schenectady County, and the Schenectady Foundation was adamant that we needed a solution to the problem. So they convened a bunch of community leaders together, like Aideen, and like yourself, to come together and create a steering committee for this food council that we would like to launch for the public. And you can take it from there.
Yeah, so the Food Council is made up of 55 different organizations that are all in the food space. And the partnership and collaboration that's there is just unprecedented. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. We've got Schenectady City School District, United Way, the Food Bank, Farm Bureau, food pantries, SICM. It's just an amazing group of people that are in the food space trying to come together to further the good that those organizations are doing in the community.
And I think, and being on a steering committee, I have some, firsthand knowledge, obviously. But what makes this unique, and a lot of research went into this, as we talked about in the press conference. It engages the community in ways that we have not done before. That is really the important piece of this.
Yeah, it's not a top-down organization trying to come in and fix food for Schenectady, right? We're trying to be really thoughtful about how we make space at the table for folks in the community to address what their specific issues and needs are relevant to food and food access. And it's really this partnership and this collaboration that's really a bottom-up kind of process that's informing us. So we want a really diverse group of people at the table. We want folks that are, dealing with food insecurity to join us in this effort, because it's our mission to inform the decision makers as to what the community really needs.
And the solutions, kind of come with the community engagement, and I think that's very meaningful. And we've looked at other food councils that brought us to this point that had been successful, right?
Yeah, so, you said months in the making. It's really been well over a year. And in kind of our formulation of a food council for Schenectady County, we found out that there's 15 other food councils in just upstate New York alone. There's actually over 400 food councils that have formed since COVID in the United States. So that's communities coming together to try and solve their own food access problems. And it's really, this collaboration of getting people together and working with the community that is just so unique. So I think it's an amazing time for Schenectady. And I think this thing is scalable. I think, we're actually going tomorrow to the first in-person meeting of these upstate New York food councils. It's going to be held in Syracuse. And I'm so excited to learn from some of these other food councils. There's Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester that are a few years ahead of us. So like they're developmentally a little bit further down the road. So we're going to learn so much and be able to bring this back to our community, to what people are really doing around this state to help fix food.
You talked about COVID, just some of the challenges, and we mentioned some of these. What did we see, and how did we learn from that? Let's just mention some of those challenges and how we don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, so how we move food across this country is just insane, So like, I thought everybody was going to change their buying habits after COVID, because we saw how vulnerable our food system is. And when you have so much consolidation in the industry, and you have, just a few manufacturers of baby food formula, and then you see those plants shut down, or you see so much consolidation in the meat processing industry, like that's really leaves us in a very vulnerable spot. So the more that we can support a local and regional food system, the closer we are to our food, the more limits on miles that we're moving food is better for the environment, and it's more of a safety net for our community. And so a lot of things that were exacerbated during COVID, we're trying to learn from and trying to, develop food hubs and aggregation spaces so that we can work together to try and, get food closer into the community. And transportation is a big issue too, because a lot of residents don't have transportation. So, are we going to ask people to come down to the food bank and food pantry, or can we thoughtfully move food into the communities? We've got so many new technologies like Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and Instacart that weren't around years ago, and now we're rethinking the way we move things. So, I think access into the communities is going to be a key point.
And I think that's one of the things that was brought up, and I think this is the importance of the community engagement, is sometimes, the barriers, the barriers that exist out there. How did people get in this situation? What are the barriers to accessing food? And you mentioned transportation was one of them, but there may be other things that are barriers.
Yeah, for sure. So there's actually 3 groups within the Schenectady Food Council that are doing surveys in the communities now. So we're going door to door, we're going to food pantry spots, we're going to the summer lunch programs, and we're asking people, a variety of different questions. And there's 3 unique surveys. We've all 3 of our organizations, the Electric City Food Co-op, the Food Bank, and the Food Pantry, have all agreed to pool this information together and then get this data out and really learn from it. And a really substantial food survey hasn't been done since 2017. The world has changed so much since then. So we're really, we're out there, we're gathering information, we're talking to our folks in the community, how can we do this better together?
So with that, community involvement, big event coming up. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You got some CDTA passes we're going to talk about to help people get there.
Yeah. So
why is it important for people to attend?
Yeah. So thank you and your team, because not only did we ask you to join the steering committee and put you on the spot, and you did. Deanna and I were just talking about this. You show up for meetings and you're really involved. And when we talked about not a lot of people having access to get down to the library, you came up with 20 passes from 30 passes from CDTA that had like 10 trips on there. And we handed those out at the press conference last week. So thank you for that.
My pleasure.
And then next week on 8/23 at 6 p.m., we're going to have one of the first of many town hall meetings. We're going to show a small clip of a documentary called The Place at the Table, which is a really great film on, who has access to food, who has a place at the table, and, how we can serve our residents better. So that's going to be really great. And then we just want to open things up to tell people about the Food Council and invite them to participate. We want people to have a spot at this table. We have Dustin that's doing some great work in some of the work groups. They're trying to talk to people with lived experiences. Are they comfortable speaking publicly? Like, can they come out and share their experience? So there's a lot of great people doing a lot of good things, and we really want to engage with the community at this event. So everybody's welcome to join, to come in, learn more, and to get involved.
They can contact, obviously they can contact my office. My contact will be at the end of the show here. To contact the Food Council, what would be just an email or a phone number?
So we currently have a website that we have launched and would love for people to come
that's Schenectady Eats,
yes,
right? So it's really easy to remember. So anyone can participate.
Anybody can participate.
And if they do miss this one, they can still get involved though. They can still be on committees and get involved in other ways.
Absolutely. Yep. The more people that we have, the better. And if you need, with help with transportation, contact your office or our website, and we'll be happy to hook you up with some more passes.
We have a contact form that people can fill out, and we will get in touch with you as soon as we have events coming up.
So we hope that people watching will participate. You're 18@costavisco.com, and Deanna, yours is a little more complicated here, is it?
DJ369@cornell.edu.
Okay, all right. So either one of those emails, or if they contact my office, I can route them to to you guys and make sure that they get involved. Transportation, we'll figure it out. Don't let that be a barrier. If you can't make it, you want to make another meeting, they're able to do that too.
We're going to have a lot of meetings, a lot of upcoming events,
Yeah.
so please come out and join us.
This is a very important issue, and it affects our community in so many ways. And we hope to come up with innovative solutions and lead the way on this. And I think it's a worthy endeavor, and getting the community involved like this, I think, is something that we haven't done before. And I think we're going to come up with really innovative solutions that I think are going to be examples for other communities to follow.
It's going to be very impactful. And thank you for your help.
So that's it for today's Assembly Update. We're gonna at the end of the show, we're going to show a clip of that press conference. Some more information will be available there that we had at Schenectady City Hall. And again, check out my website, get involved. There's a number of ways to get involved. Everybody has a place at the table. Everybody can help. So please, Schenectady County Food Council, Schenectady Eats is the website, or contact any of our offices. I want to thank you both for being on the show and sharing this important information. I think this is a step forward for Schenectady County, and making sure that that no one goes hungry. Great. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks.
So I'm very excited to be here this morning. Good morning, everyone, to talk about this transformative effort that has the potential to significantly impact lives right here in our community. Today marks a significant milestone as we officially introduce the Schenectady County Food Council. A pioneering and collaborative project aimed at addressing a critical issue at the core of our community, food insecurity. It's a very serious issue. And in a nation as prosperous as ours, it's disheartening to witness communities like this grappling with food insecurity, which translates into far too many individuals struggling to access the nourishment they require. The situation becomes even more troubling when we focus on children in our community, as the rate of food insecurity among them rises 15, almost 16%, staggering 7.5% higher than the national average. This is a reality that demands action, and the Schenectady County Food Council is responding with resolute dedication. This initiative brings together leaders from various organizations, elected officials like myself, and a diverse range of partners, all uniting under a common mission to enhance food security here in the city of Schenectady and across Schenectady County. The Food Council's essence lies in collaboration, harnessing the strengths and resources of our entire community. As a representative of our community at the state level, I understand with unwavering belief that our collective endeavors can genuinely affect change. This initiative will involve community members from all walks of life to pinpoint the specific challenges contributing to food insecurity and develop practical, sustainable solutions to confront these issues head on, with the ultimate goal of ensuring that no one goes to bed hungry. However, the triumph of the Schenectady County Food Council hinges upon participation and engagement of our community, all of you and all residents here in Schenectady County. This is an open invitation to every resident, regardless of background or experience, to contribute their voice, their ideas, and energy to this pivotal effort. By uniting as a cohesive community, we have the power to redefine compassion and come together to fulfill the most basic of human needs. In conclusion, I want to extend my deepest appreciation to all the organizations, participants, and community members who have embraced the spirit of this initiative. As a member of the steering committee, I'm grateful to have this opportunity to collaborate with this remarkable group in enhancing access to nutritious food in our community. So today's launch of the Schenectady County Food Council exemplifies the potency of collective action, and I'm hopeful that it will serve as a model for positive transformation extending far beyond our community. So let's embark on this journey together, united with hope, determination, and an unwavering belief that together we can forge a brighter and better nourished future for all. Thank you all for attending and for supporting this important endeavor. I really appreciate our community coming out for this, and I know this is going to be a great change for us here in Schenectady County. Thank you all.